Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing Nasus and we'll be facing off against Fiddlesticks. It's been quite a while since I've actually tried to take on Fiddlesticks. Since then we got a lot more 6-star champions, some of which I haven't even used yet on a regular campaign, one that's not the Patterns of Runeterra. So today I just want to try out Nasus on a regular campaign, one where you don't just start off with like 6 mana, I think. See how that works out. Undying Legion. Okay, so I'm just getting extremely lucky then. First off, last week's run with Evelyn I got a legendary power. Now Nasus I get a legendary power. What are the odds of that? Well, what are the odds of that happening multiple times in a row across multiple campaigns, or multiple adventures I should say? What do I start off with here? Perhaps the rock popper is the correct choice because I can pull the twisted catalyzer immediately. If he doesn't go for a darkness, that is. Okay, good. I made a good decision not to commit into the darkness. Let's just drop down another unit just to have stuff on board. Now the real question is, how do I want to process this? I can deal 4 to something, completely deal with that. I can also just do this on the strongest unit. Yeah, I think I'll do it, because it sets up a kill on the... Oh, I was about to say it sets up a kill on the other units, but the opponent chose not to attack at all. Which is a very interesting decision. Do I go for Nasus right away? No. I'll try to go for the removal first. See if the opponent commits something else. He doesn't. Nasus removes 2 units from the board, the weakest and the strongest. Yeah, I'll summon Nasus then. And then I can do this, which levels up Nasus, while also dealing a bunch of damage to the opponent's Nexus in the process. Problem is I have run out of cards. I think that was the main problem I had with Nasus in the Titans of Runeterra adventure as well. You just run out of value so quickly. It's a very big problem in my opinion, and one that might actually compromise this run against Fiddlesticks, because Fiddlesticks just crushes people that don't have enough value, because he just summons a bunch of units every turn, and also I'll have to clutter up my deck anyway to make it more viable against him. But to be fair, I don't really do a lot of card generation, so realistically Fiddlesticks shouldn't have a lot to burn. But I'll still want to shuffle as many cards in my deck as possible. Death Realm, sure. It's expensive, but I might actually get to play it if the encounters go on for long enough. Sene is interesting because Darkness is a terrible card, but everything else might be fine. Karma is tempting as a value engine, but I don't really like the package she comes with, mainly the Eye of the Dragon. And then we have Nar, which is just a little guy that exists. I'm going to reroll, I can do better. Ambessa, Giovanna or Perez. Nah, none of these are good. Queen, Volibear, Anivia. Honestly, Volibear might be fine. Especially if it has Hunter's Machete. The Scout might be what brings it over the edge over the other units or the other packages. Right, I keep forgetting that I have the legendary power that makes it so one of my units comes back to life the first time it's removed every turn. So maybe I can afford to play a bit more fast and loose with my units. Let's drop down another one. Okay, that's not good. The opponent just reducing the amount of power on my units. Oh right, I forgot. The cards in my hand get their costs reduced. In that case, the Death Realm might actually be a feasible pickup. Like eventually its cost is going to be reduced enough to the point where I can play it. Let's just summon the Nasus, get rid of 2 of the opponent's units right away. Interesting, the opponent's not doing anything. Let's see if it pays off for him. So far it doesn't seem like it. Okay, that accomplishes nothing. There's no units to boost. Okay. Sure, grant enemies Bloom. I'll just remove one of your units first. Then you can go ahead and do that, opponent. Okay, that does nothing as well. Poor guy. These units don't even get to have attack power. Actually, I want to close out the game this turn, so let's just do this. Ensure that the opponent gets no shot at actually surviving. Please don't have to play the... Okay, good. I was worried I would have to see the entire animations from Nasus level up and the Sun Disk. That would have been quite kind of annoying because the game would have already been over by that point. Or it was already over by that point. Entomb. 40 the Peculiar, Scar Mother, Verena. All of these are terrible. I'm going to reroll. I'm not that desperate, I think. I'll guess I'll pick the Ruinous Path. But I'm not happy about it. Flexible game plan. I'm going to pick it up just because it has synergy with my deck, but it might be a mistake. Amalgamation of Vile Rights. Yeah, I'll take 4 of those or 3 of those, please. I need more cards in my deck anyway. Fortunately, I have the power that shuffles 7 Nasus into my deck at the start of the game. That way, at the very least, I have a very high chance of drawing Nasus at the start of the game, or just naturally throughout the game. Which is important because Nasus is like a crucial part of our game plan. Please don't destroy or don't eliminate my unit. It doesn't. Why did it choose not to play the list? That's odd. At least that's what I think. I'm going to do this here, ensure that no units are actually capable of threatening the defenders of the Sun Disk. Never mind. That's the unit that's capable of threatening the defenders of the Sun Disk. It's not doing anything. I'll do this. I think I'm fine with taking the 6. I have a regeneration. But this is fine. Is he going to go for it? No. Why are you not playing the list? What's wrong with you, opponent? Like, what's your deal? Why are you acting in such a weird manner? Anyway, let's go for the attack. When I drop down Nasus, I want it to be leveled up. That's what I think. Sure, I'll destroy the unit it just gave me. I don't think I need it. And if I gamble right, I can actually get Volibear to destroy most of your board. Actually, it's the weakest for my support champions, isn't it? Yep, it's the weakest for my support champions. Well, at the very least I can destroy both your units right now, though. Ooh, and I also restore the Sun Disk in the process. Well, this is a surefire way of definitely winning the game in the next turn. I can actually get a rally effect by using the Death Realm on the Volibear. The real question is, what units will actually be revived from this? I don't know, but let's find out. Why did I get 2 Shackled Ghasts? Honestly, I have no idea. I'm just going to close out the game here. That's what matters. There. Quick and easy. Right, I have to face off against Elise in this adventure. I had completely forgotten about it right until up to this point. When I'm summoned draw 1, hit with champion from your deck. Each round, the first time you've summoned a champion rally. Seems good to me. Oh, facing off against Evelyn is going to be such a pain. Elixir of skill. Counterfeit production. Okay. Counterfeit productions is more cards into my deck. It's a surefire way of ensuring that I never run out of stuff to play. Probably. Hopefully. I'm not going to cut anything. I think I can't afford to. Well then, let's toss the Volibear and the Siphoning Strike. I'll keep the Exhaust, sure. Now all I need is a unit that I can play on the first turn, preferably. Not this. Okay, I can play anything on the first turn. Evelyn's going to level up right away. Ouch. Do I just cycle this? Maybe. Maybe. I'll shuffle more of that in my deck. And then I'll pass. I can't do anything. Next turn, Valhyr's Prophet is going to have to carry the show. Okay, that would have been nice the last turn. Don't even know what to shuffle back into my deck. Okay, Valhyr's Prophet is dying here. But he comes back to life, or it comes back to life. So it's fine. And just do this. Valhyr's Prophet comes back. I can drop down. Actually, I can't drop down Polybear next turn, but I can play Nasus. Nasus it's the strongest and the weakest. So by doing this,
peace is a fool's promise.
Actually that changes what's the strongest and what's the weakest. And Nasus is no longer right. Nasus is no longer capable of being summoned. I can go for amalgamation of Pile Rights. Further increase the amount of cards that I have access to. Or further reduce the cost of my cards. Then do this. Set it up so that I restore a little bit of health. And that Nasus can deal a significant amount of damage to the opponent's units next turn. Because I can do this. Nasus removes 2. I take a bunch, but it's not really fine, is it? I think I can survive this. It's just going to be rough. The opponent's not doing anything? Okay, great. That means I just win this upcoming turn. Ooh, that was a little bit too close. I know that I have the revive, just in case I need it. But still, I'm taking way too much damage. Even now, I'm taking way too much damage. Let's just get rid of that thing right away. Sure, I'll keep shuffling more cards in. Keep stacking Nasus' Q, I guess. Let's draw more. And then... Can I kill the opponent this turn? It sure would be nice if I could, but I'm not sure. But my units are massive anyway, like Polybear alone is half of the opponent's health bar in damage. Okay, I had more than enough damage on board to obliterate the opponent. I was worried for no reason. Well, better safe than sorry, I guess. Double time watch, barrier, vampiric scepter. I'm picking up the vampiric scepter on Nasus, but I'm not really happy about it. I know what barrier might be more useful. With all the cost reduction in our deck, I think we definitely can afford or can't afford to take the one that heals based on our cost, on the cost of our champion. Unlimited power. Okay, I guess we're picking expensive spells from now on. Thanatophobia. I'm going for it and hoping that I can keep the opponent's board in check. Otherwise, I'll be in a lot of trouble. Keep one Nasus at least. Okay, this is a decent first turn, I suppose. Like I can go this into pulling something. Like I can do this. Remove one of the opponent's units. Okay. He's dealing 5 to a unit to deal 5 to an enemy. But if I do this, now what? Like I take 5. But next turn I can develop Nasus. So maybe it's alright. Okay, the opponent's just obliterating his own board. Maybe he thinks he can achieve victory by doing so. He is getting awfully close to killing me, which is kind of a problem. But without the board, he is significantly less threatening. I have to drop down Volibear here, I think, even without the value. Mostly because I can't afford not to deal with the extra damage from Volibear's attack here. At least that's what I think. He's not doing anything. Ether Fiend. Okay, that's good. I was worried for a second there that the opponent was going to save up his mana in order to go ahead and play the Ruination next turn. But it turns out he had nothing. I was worried for no reason, and I had enough damage to close out the game there. But yet again, it was way too close of an encounter. Ruinous Path, Storm Calling, Renekton. I'm picking up the Renekton. It's one extra champion for our boat. And it also benefits from the leveling up or restoring of the Sun Disk. Bloodthirsty Marauder. It's terrible. Kindly Tavern Keeper is interesting. I'm going to pick up the Welcome Gifts and the Kindly Tavern Keeper. 2 copies of it even. At the end of round 7, deal 77 damage to the player's Nexus. We just have to make it to the... or we have to close out the game before round 7. I think this is a fine hand. Could be worse. First spell I played each turn is going to be free. Let's start off with Pakai Reaper, see what the opponent does. Of course he has removal, why wouldn't he? Okay, that's not removal, that's just more units on board. which are not necessarily a good thing for your opponent, because more units on board mean more chances for me to go ahead and well, slay. I was missing the word. And by proccing slay effects, I just reduce the cost of cards in my hand, buff up my units, and all those good things. Let's ramp up a bit, I suppose. Shuffle more Nasus into the deck. The opponent's not attacking. Next turn I'm dropping down Nasus no matter what. I'll also go for the Kingfisher. I'm going for Nasus first. Get rid of the units right away. Okay, this is weird. Why is the opponent not doing anything? I'm worried. Okay. Yes, Frostbite effects. I should have known. Well, fortunately, I can go ahead and do this. Buff up my Nasus. By enough to go ahead and remove the Omen Hawk that's blocking it. I can actually go Kingfisher here, draw into all of my champions, and I can ramp into, hopefully, I have enough mana to play the Volibear next turn. Please let me play Volibear next turn. I haven't even been paying attention to what round we're on. We're on round 4. Oh, we can make it. We can do it. Yeah, sure. Put Nasus in. Get our cost reduction in. Oh, actually, Nasus also levels up. Forgot about that part.
The sun disk rises and the cycle is complete.
Let's Volibear, which rallies, and I'm pretty sure I close out the game. I mean, there's no way the opponent has removal for 3 mana. There's no way the opponent has removal for 2 mana. Like, I can just do one attack with Volibear, and then I can do an attack with everything else. Nice. Ooh. Perhaps it was a mistake to get too worried about not being able to close out the game. It was round 4 right then and there, so I think we're fine. Let's pick up more Ruinous Path, I suppose. Rush them down. That is a Stilted Rope Maker. Manifest a card from my regions. Now let's just pick up the Mega T, which is a generally good card. And you know what, sure, since I don't have money for anything else, I'll pick that up. Buy one copy of a card with darkness, but I don't have enough money, so it's nothing. And then we move along, and our deck has 45 cards against Fiddlesticks. Let's hope things turn out well for us. I can see it very quickly going poor for us if the opponent has enough removal and whatnot. Let's just skip on Nasus and the Defenders of the Sun Disk. The exhaust is fine to pull something. That's all those nightmares going into my deck. It's a bummer that I won't be able to remove something right away. You know what, I can start shuffling copies of stuff into the deck, like copies of Nasus. Sure, I'll deal some damage to that unit. I was considering what unit I should soften up for the next turn. End up choosing that one. Well, would you look at that? All the cards right at the start had a unit that was scary. Well, at the very least I can go Realm of Death here in order to remove most of the opponent's board. Except the opponent also has removal for me. So this shouldn't work, right? Actually it does. It removes all but the opponent's strongest unit. Which turns out is not that bad of a... well, not that bad of a deal for me, because Nasus comes down immediately leveled up.
Life and death inexorably interwoven.
It completely reduced the cost of the cards in my hand to 0. Oh, I burned Runeterra, that's unfortunate.
Thunder rises and the cycle is complete.
Let's just shuffle more Nasus into the deck. I'll play Volibear because I'm pretty sure... no, okay, Volibear doesn't level up unfortunately. But it's going to be good for the next turn. And sure, I'll just drop down some units for the stats. The opponent has 4 cards in hand. I mean, what are the odds of him having something that's relevant for this upcoming turn? Let's just pull that thing, ensure that there are no invasive Hydra vines for me to deal with. We'll keep shuffling decent cards into my deck, I suppose. Maybe I can manifest something good. Sure, I'll create random champions in the bottom of my deck. Kill all followers. White Seeker. I don't know if I'm evolved, but I hope I am. Yep, I'm evolved. So I can go for that there. Keep buffing up my cards. Okay, now Volibear definitely has enough on it to be leveled up. Ooh, you're trying to soften up the amount of damage you're taking, opponent. Well, unfortunately, it's not enough. Ooh. I had a nasty combo in this adventure. I think I got carried by the legendary power, to be honest. It allowed us to play a little more aggressively with our units. I definitely wouldn't have had that much board presence otherwise. Hard to say if it was all Nasus. I'll leave that up to you. But yeah, that'll be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Till then.